This one's kind of a doozy. Obviously, we don't condone violence on the show, but we were chatting about a sensitive subject the last time you were on, which was stolen comics. And we asked if you had any experiences or knew any stories. We'd love to hear about it in the comment section below. And boy, did we get one.
So Vin, Jorel1 shared this. So my store got robbed entirely when I was in the hospital. About 5,000 comics. I live in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Before I reported it to the police, a friend informed me that he had seen an employee of mine outside the store after hours. Turns out these guys have a trap house. I asked a few party guys I know. I stalked the place for some time.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy, man.
Long story short, I went on Facebook in a calling all cars kind of manner. My friend, an ex-soldier, showed up with an arsenal.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Again, not condoning, just sharing.
Yes.
All registered, of course, these weapons. And a few more guys on top of that.
Oh my gosh.
I went to knock on the door. These morons left the door open in the garage. All my stuff was there. So we stole it all back. Except for a stack of 9.8 books. But I got all 5,000 silver, bronze, and copper books along with the variants.
That's a lot of comics, man. And he actually replied to our comment, telling him that we were happy he was able to get the books back. He said that it took him over 3 hours to pack up everything. So I just can't imagine this scene that he just has laid out for us with so many people. Bottom line, there's a lot of reasons not to steal. The main one is it's just wrong and unethical. But fair warning, you don't mess with comic people.
You just don't want to mess with people. You just never know. And you sure as heck don't want to mess with Jor-El over here.
Yeah, that's very true. All right. We have Andrew Plant says, I was fortunate enough to meet Bernie Wrightson at Boston Comic Con in August 2016. I was shocked that he had no line and was able to walk right up to him and have him sign Swamp Thing #1. And I bought a couple of prints at the time. This is so cool. This is in reference to your story about your first big comic book purchase as a child. But right here, it's like, oh my gosh, what was I doing in 2016 where I could have just walked up to Bernie and talked to him? It's like, damn, regrets,
It really is, because when you think about it, it used to be really easy. And right now it's still pretty easy for a lot of creators. They don't all get the credit they deserve. So if you have any urge to see somebody, I just recommend not waiting. Just get out the way, say hi, take a photo, just do something.
Yeah, just give it a shot. You never know. And in reference to your first purchase was actually a Bernie Wrightson story as well.
Yeah, my first big purchase was the House of Secrets 92. And I remember it being really nice. As nice as a 12, 13-year-old kid could grade, but it looked nice. And it had Bernie Wrightson's signature on the first page there. So it was extra special because I love Swamp Thing. I was excited to get that book, split it with a friend of mine, and I'll never forget that moment.
Yeah, we actually chatted about it on the bonus show, which we have been releasing a few months after the bonus shows airs on SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, and iTunes, because the cameras, once they shut off, the mics keep going on those audio-only platforms. Well, we then posted a few months later on YouTube so everyone can consume it, and you shared that recently. So I'll put the link if you haven't heard that story yet. It's really great. So let's chat about the boy who had 7. This is in reference to your story about your stolen comic books. He said, dude, guru, crazy man. So to be honest, are you glad they found it, or is it creepy driving it now? Your car? Sorry that happened, bro. He also said, FBI was probably looking for the pieces of Cerebro that Jeff has been sneaking to Xavier. So in reference to your car being stolen, how do you respond to that? Is it creepy driving it now?
I don't think it's creepy at all. It's got I think they smoked in the car, so I'm reminded every time I sit in there. But every time I do sit in there too, the seats are so slick from how they polished it. The car feels, they detailed it. So the car is super clean. I'm keeping it clean. It hasn't been that clean for probably 4 or 5 years now. I mean, it's the cleanest I've seen that car in a long time. Just that smoke smell, man, it bugs me. Every time I breathe, I get reminded about the stupid incident.
We gotta get you some black ice in there. You know that tree?
That's exactly what's hanging in there. I have a black ice tree. They put one in there, and it's not enough. That's funny you said that, because I never would buy black ice.
Dude, it smells really good, doesn't it?
I don't know. I just still smell the smoke, and that's funny that you said black ice.